I'm often asked by whistleblowers, are there bounties or there rewards for blowing the whistle? And the answer is yes. The Federal False Claims Act, the Internal Revenue Code, and the Dodd-Frank amendments provide whistleblowers with bounties where they can come forward and provide information to the government that allows the government to seek a recovery. Starting with the Federal False Claims Act, which is a statute that was passed during the administration of Abraham Lincoln. Whistleblowers are actually assigned a portion of the government's claim, and where the government collects, the whistleblower can receive between 15 and 30%. If the government intervenes in the case, the whistleblower gets between 15 and 25%. If the government does intervene in the case, the whistleblower can get up to 30%. Intervene means that the government actually steps forward and takes part in the litigation and takes control of the litigation. The Federal False Claims Act allows for actual lawsuits to be filed in the name of the government in a court. Many states have passed false claims acts where the issue at hand involves the cheating of the state of state monies, or the deprivation of state monies, or wrongful conduct that causes states to expend monies where they would not have otherwise spent monies. So the False Claims Act actually allow for litigation in court. The Dodd-Frank amendments allow for whistleblowers to go to the Securities and Exchange Commission and report securities fraud, including violations of the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, and that includes situations where corporations have bribed foreign officials in order to conduct business abroad. There's no private right of action. A report is made to the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission. If that leads to the collection of money, the whistleblower is entitled to a bounty. Similarly, the IRS has provisions that allow for whistleblowers to report tax cheats to the Internal Revenue Service. Again, if the Internal Revenue Service collects the money, the whistleblower is entitled to a bounty. Only the Federal False Claims Act and the State False Claims Act allow for an actual right of action by the whistleblower in a court of law in the name of the United States government. The SEC and the IRS provisions only allow for the reporting to the regulatory body, but no independent legal right of action.